you can never get too cocky. No matter how good you are, no matter how good you get, it's yeah, you could do a show for 3 people on a midnight at the Pear, and you're like, okay, what am I doing with my life?
What's up, baby? Welcome back to another episode of let's start it up again. What's up, baby? Welcome back to another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian Licata. I am your host, Gary G. Garcia, along with my partner in this information, Brian Licata. And today we got a dope-ass guest, my man, Chris Kinback. Last week, in case anyone's wondering, last week, Brian had asked me if there were any comedians coming out of the Pear when I'm working the Not Quite Tuesday show who I think is ill and that people should, take a second to look at. And your name was the first name that popped in my head. So I wanted to bring you on the show. This is like we're calling this the motherfuckers to watch episode. This is a motherfucker to watch right here, yo.
This is the highlight of my career so far. So I'm excited to be here. From the Pear, it can only go uphill from the Pear. So yeah, no doubt. This is bringing me out from the streets into the real thing. So this is exciting.
We're gonna jump right, Chris. How long you been doing comedy? I never even asked you.
I've been doing it probably about 5 years.
All right, cool.
I started in Boston, maybe when I was probably like 30 years old, and I just turned 35. So yeah, probably about 5 years.
Yeah, so you've been in it for a little hot minute.
I've been in it for a while, but I feel like it really starts when you get to New York. Like I got to New York about a year and a half ago, and I think that's when it's like you really start to get actual reps. In Boston, I was doing it, but it's nowhere near the reps that you can get in New York. And then
New York City, yeah,
and then you're just around so many good comics. You meet people that are so good, and it's really motivating. So I think I really stepped it up once I moved to New York.
Well, I'm always glad to share the stage with you, man. You're an amazing comedian, dude.
Thanks,
amazing comedian.
Appreciate it.
You're originally from Boston, you said?
Originally from Boston, or outside of Boston, like Worcester, but I lived in Boston for the last 8 years. I lived in South Boston.
It's crazy because I've been working with you now for a minute. You're pretty much on every show we do, right? You only missed probably like 2 or 3 of them. But we never had a chance to really kick it. Like I didn't know you were from Boston. I don't know if you got brothers, sisters, any of that shit. Like we never even kicked it.
That's the beauty of podcasts, man. It's you finally get to sit down and not be on your phone and not be trying to sell tickets and shit like that, and you get to actually meet people.
Dude, I still sell tickets. People see me at the Pear and I produce a show there, and I got people barking for me. They think, I still sell tickets out here. I got to bark. I do it once every other week, so it's not that bad.
Keeps you humble. But
comedy alone keeps you humble.
Oh, so much. Yeah.
It's the most humbling shit in the world.
You can never get too cocky. No matter how good you are, no matter how good you get, it's you could do a show for 3 people on a midnight at the Pear, and you're like, okay, what am I doing with my life?
Exactly. Yeah, dude. And I'll come from doing especially because it's on a Monday, so I'll come from doing a show with 100, second show with 75. I come to New York feeling all, boom. And then, 4 people on the show sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's humbling.
Exactly, man. It's, you get a lot of
But highs. Last night was bubbling.
It was great, man.
It was a rowdy crowd. Yeah. It was a rowdy crowd. We had that one drunk dude in the back that kept bugging out.
Yeah.
But we had the most packed show of the night.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Yeah, did you put him in his place, G? Or was it not that big of an altercation this time?
No, I went up to him at one point. I told him if he didn't shut up, I was going to have to ask him, to leave the fucking club. But he didn't shut up. And then at that point, there was 2 fucking, he shut up for a while. Then he started. There were 2 comics left. At that point, it was it's also a midnight show.
Right.
It's tough because it's there's some people I know, as soon as I sell them tickets, I'm like, these people are going to be a problem. But it's also sometimes you just want warm bodies in there. So you're like, it's a problem. I know they're going to be a problem, but it's that's a fight we'll deal with once we're in there.
They'll surprise you sometimes. I've had people come in that I thought was going to be shit, and they actually wound up being some of the greatest crowd members we ever had.
Right, or sometimes even better, they'll just fall asleep on their table, and you're like, "Well, we got their money, so we're good." That's the best case scenario.
The last episode we did, I had eaten some edibles,
Mm-hmm.
and then halfway through the show, they started kicking in, and
Hard
I had to
and
go
fast.
and fast. Yeah, but you know what it is? I was eating edibles for like 3 weeks straight with my son
Mm-hmm.
because
Were
my
you guys
boy,
training for something or what?
no, my boy just opened up a dispensary. Actually, so he gave me a little thing over here. That's the small That's the small jar. He gave me a big one too. So big up to Apollo Buds out in Astoria, Queens, New York. They're getting ready to open in like 2 weeks or so.
Dude, I just went to one today. I live in Astoria, and it was on Steinway. Where's your buddies at?
Oh, my buddies is opening it on Crescent Street and Queens Boulevard, Astoria Boulevard.
Yeah, I'll have to go check it out because I went to the
at?
one in Steinway today. I'm right by Steinway and 30th.
Oh, okay. I know exactly where that is.
If
That's
anybody
my
wants
hood,
to hunt,
dog.
if anybody doesn't like me on this podcast, they can come hunt. They know where to find me. But
That's my hood, dog. Astoria.
Really, that's where you're from?
That's where I'm from. Ravenswood.
No shit.
I used to hang out on Broadway and Crescent Street all day, every day. That was our block.
Dude, I love it there. Yeah, Steinway is a madhouse. I'll come home to some nights on like Monday or Tuesday at like 2, 3 a.m. and people are raging on Steinway.
The last time I went out there, man, there were a lot of closed stores. How is it now? Is it popping again?
Yeah, it seems like things are opening back up. Like I saw the dispensary today. I saw a bunch of things that are just going up. I don't know what the stores are.
Yeah, I'm interested. Steinway's, that's the spot. In Astoria, that's the spot where you go shopping. That's like the main spot. The last time I went there, man, it was depressing.
Yeah, a lot of stuff shut down. I think it's all new people that are moving in now. There's a lot of puppy stores, a lot of like ice cream shops and stuff like that. So it's probably not the
your
hood
people are moving in, Brian.
Exactly.
Brian, your people are moving in. They're taking over.
Italians or the white Italians?
No, the fucking the yuppie fucks. The yuppies is moving in, taking over, raising the prices. See what happened? You moved to Florida. This motherfucker moved to Florida. Now the prices are going up.
Yeah, bro.
That's what y'all do, man.
25% rent increase over a fucking year in Florida. I live in Florida, South Florida. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
That's insane, dude.
That's why you can wear the wife beater all day, though.
Yeah, it's the white beater edition of the shirt. It's a nice day out today, and honestly, I was like, fuck it. I'm pretty sure Brian's going to wear one because he always throws on a white beater every now and then. And I figured if it was nice here, it must be fucking gorgeous where he's at. So he's going to show up with a white beater. Beautiful. I didn't want him flexing his good weather on me.
I got a little tan this weekend too.
And honestly, I was kind of, I don't know why, Chris, I was expecting you to have a white beater on too.
No, I feel bad that I didn't. I'll roll my sleeves up so I have one.
I was thinking, knowing Chris, he's going to show up with a white beater. You know what I'm saying? I just for some reason thought it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad that's the vibe I give off, is a wife beater vibe. That's a good vibe to give off.
You definitely have a wife beater vibe.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You ain't got no kids or anything like that, right?
No kids. So yeah.
See, I know you ain't got no kids because if you had kids, I'm sure I would have been hearing you ripping the shit out of kids in your.
I would be a horrible dad. People ask me that because I have nieces and nephews, and sometimes I'll post pictures, and they're like, "Those are your kids?" I'm like, I see these kids once every like 4 months. I'm like, what kind of father do you think I am, that I would just never see my kids and then once in a while post a picture with them and be like, hey? I would hide them. If I was hiding them, I would hide them full time. I wouldn't put them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like right away, I was like, he can't have no kids because he'd be ripping them apart. Yo,
be a horrible dad.
Play like 2 clips that I sent you today, man.
Okay.
So these cats could see my man at work. I sent him a bunch of clips when he was coming. My son's a big fan of you too, man.
Oh, I love your son, man. He's great.
Yeah, my son. I told him he was gonna be on the show. He was like, "Oh shit, dope."
I always try to do new shit when he's around because I know he follows me on Instagram.
When everybody else ain't laughing, you hear him laughing.
I hear him. Yeah, I know. He's
just a
bringing
sick
me
fuck
up
like me.
when it's bombing. I need him around. I need to bring him to every show. So I'm like, nah. If he says it's good, it's good.
This is my man Chris right here.
Got pulled over the other day for texting and driving. Cop was cool though and let me off with a DUI. Pays to be white, baby. Got pulled over the other day for.
Play that other one that I gave you. The
Which one?
Wait, slow down.
Thank God you don't have any of me bombing. That would be. Thank God I don't post those.
Go to that one above, right above that one. Yeah,
I feel like girls on first dates always ask the same question, right? Are you a serial killer? You know, because by law, you have to answer that truthfully. You can't be dishonest about that. I never know how to answer that question. If you answer it sarcastically, you kind of look like a serial killer. You know, but then if I answer it honestly, then she knows I'm a serial killer. So I feel like girls on first.
That's my boy Chris, man. This dude, he just keeps hammering them out. Every time I see you, you got like new material too, man.
I try to write. Yeah, I try to write a little bit every day. Lately, I've been bad about it, but it's it's good to be able to get up and shit all the time. It's just when I'm not getting up, then I'm not as motivated to write. But it's like when you keep getting up and you keep seeing a lot of the same people over and over again, you want to have new stuff. You know, you don't want to keep doing the old.
Dude, you motivate me like crazy. Actually, you and a bunch of other cats going to New York just motivates me like mad, dude. To see cats like really hungry and working on new material and shit, and it just makes me want to come up with new shit all the time, man. You know, like
Thanks,
the other
man.
night, you know, last night's show was actually pretty good. Everybody was banging it out.
Yeah,
I went after a bunch of good motherfuckers. So
that's the thing about being down there at the Pear. It's new people in there all the time, and people are really good. And when you think you think you'll kill, and then somebody will come up and kill like way hard, and I'll be like, oh, that's killing. You know, it's like, oh, that person is. It's motivating to see people like that.
What did you do before comedy?
I did a bunch of jobs that I didn't like. I did like tech recruiting. I did different sales jobs.
Oh my God, I could picture you as a salesman.
Oh, you think so? Yeah, I wasn't great.
No, actually, I can't picture you as a salesman at all. I was being 100% sarcastic.
Yeah, I just I didn't have the closing ability, you know, that I was just like, take it if you want. If you don't want it, I'm not good at like telling people to do something they don't want to do.
That's why I'm horrible at selling tickets. Because I'm always like, look, if you want, take the time to think about it. I'm not going to push you into it.
Right.
You know,
That's
and then
exactly
you see people like PD and Mike. They're like, come on, man, you going to get some tickets right now? And they'll be like, come on, man, get some tickets right now, man. What else you going to do? And they push it.
Right.
Me, I go, you know, listen, think about it. You got time to think about it. If you want, come back. And they're like, dude, that's not how you close. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like
I'm not a ticket salesman, man. I'm a motherfucking comedian. I don't want to push this dude to buy the tickets, and then he has to go up and watch me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now he's got an attitude like this motherfucker better be funny.
Right.
I don't push nobody, man. I say, listen, the shit's a dope show. I'm on it. I'm worth the price of the ticket. If you want to come. They'd be like, and I'd be like, just think about it. Yeah. I get probably like maybe 20% comebacks on that. Everybody else just thinks about it, don't come back.
That's how it is. You kind of want to just leave it up to the universe and be like, hey, I'm confident enough in my abilities. It's like trying to pick up a chick. It's like, hey, I'll take you to water, but if you don't want to drink, like there's only so much I can do for you. You know, it's your loss.
I could picture you fucking trying to pick up a chick.
Yeah,
I think you're probably good at.
I try a lot, so that's a lot. That's a lot like comedy. It's just reps, and it's.
What's the joke you got about returning your phone?
I forget. I had to I finally got a new phone. My old one wasn't letting girls text me back. Something like that. I mean, it's partially a joke, but partially not. You know?
Partially a joke. Well, look, all great jokes have some truth behind it, right?
Yeah,
that's
that one. I really did get a new phone, and I was convinced my old one was like fucked up, and it was like not letting girls text me back. And then I got like a new phone, turned it on, I had no text messages. I was like, oh, they just weren't texting me. I was like, there's no way eight girls didn't text me back. Like something's got to go on. And then I'm like, oh no, that's really what happened.
That's really bad. Do you do any of the like Tinder or any of that shit?
I don't, dude. I got big into the like street pickup. Like kind of my buddy actually, my roommate actually works with like one of the top dating coaches, like pickup artists, I guess you would call them. So I learned a lot from him, and we got really into that. And yeah, once you go down that hole, it's tough to go back to like the apps and stuff.
Go ahead, Brian. Brian.
So I like this. I always loved the psychology behind that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I lived in Tahoe, and what I did for like 6 months is I would give girls my number on matchbooks from the casino and see if they would, call me back. And that's what I would do. Be like, listen, I'm going to this bar tonight at 10 o'clock. If you want to come, I'll be there. And then I would go.
Yeah.
And, sometimes they would come, sometimes they wouldn't. But, it was just like, it was better than doing that.
I got to get deeper into this. What is it you're saying? You're saying that you've been taught the skills of the pickup?
Yeah, kind of like the art of
the pickup. You had like a pickup artist that showed you the ways.
Yeah, I had like a firsthand the end to the
share a little bit. Share a couple of nuggets with me as to like how you go about what is it that what is it that like a pickup artist tells you?
So the very basics is just kind of like going up to a girl. I mean, I had a lot of success like during the day. So not at like clubs and stuff, because I don't really go out to, I'll go out to bars, but I've never had a ton of success at bars. But it's mostly like during the day, especially when it's nice out. Like you go to like Washington Square Park, you go to anywhere, and like not like very few people are doing it or know what they are doing. So when you can do it, it's it's kind of ballsy, and a lot of women appreciate it. A lot of women are like, get the fuck away. Like, what are you doing?
Well, it's a numbers game at the end of the day.
Yeah. So it's like you do it to enough. And I've had some crazy experiences from it where it'll go from like meeting them on the street right there to like bringing them home to my apartment within like an hour or two.
Yo,
and it's like,
bro.
That's happened.
The serial killer shit is true. That joke is true, bro.
Yeah, I feel like
you are.
I feel like if you're learning tricks, like if you're learning like psychological tricks, I kind of feel like you're almost a predator.
Yes, it's not really
there feel to it. Yo.
There are some techniques, I'll say, but there's no real like tricks. It's just kind of like going with the flow.
So what would they tell you?
Have a good connection.
What would like if I went to a pickup artist and I said, show me the ways, what would be the first way? Like, how do you approach a woman? What is the first thing you say? Hi, my name is. Do you come off with a joke? Because I honestly do not kick it to women.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't. I make jokes about it when I talk to a chick on the stage. Like I'll make a comment to a chick. I go, that's why I love being on stage, because on stage I'll talk to you. I said, if we was in a club, I'd never say nothing to you. I just look at you like a fucking psycho because I'm old now, So it's like, I got a joke like that. But all my life, I never like was the type of dude to walk up to a chick and be like, hey, how you doing? My name. Even if we're sitting there giving each other eye contact the whole night.
Bro, that surprises me. I didn't get that from you, really?
Nah. I'm not a dude that goes up like that. Even if, like I said, we could be sitting giving eye contact all night. If that chick never came up to me, we would have never spoke.
Yeah, a lot of comics I've noticed, like they can get up in front of 100 people and feel totally fine, but like tell them to go up to a chick, they're like, no fucking chance, because it's much more personal. It's much more like, the rejections are harder. I'd say it's almost scarier to do it. I mean, I've been doing it now for a while, so it's not as scary to me. But to go up to a girl,
I guess once you've been doing it, rejection becomes like shit. It's like selling tickets.
It's fun. Yeah, you almost look forward to it.
Did it give you more confidence on stage from doing that shit? You think?
It probably helps. Yeah, because it's similar. Similar part of your brain where it's just like, you just got to power through no matter what happens here. You're just going to do it. And on the other side of it, everything's fine. It's like, I think your biggest fear is rejection, because it's ingrained in you. And it's a lot of, it's very primal that like, if you got rejected by like a chick back in the day, you'd be rejected by your whole tribe. It's another thing I learned from the pickup artists is like the history of why we're so scared to do it. And it's like, because in your brain, it's like, oh, I'm gonna die if this girl rejects me, so I'm just gonna not take the chance. But once you realize, oh, I'm not gonna die, and that's what that fear is. It's just a fear of rejection, and once you get over that, your whole world.
So is it more like they get more into your psyche? In other words, a way of you to just be more confident and less of like a manipulation kind of thing? It's
Definitely.
more of like knowing that, what's the worst that's going to happen, yo? She gonna say no, you know? And dudes always look at hot chicks like with a ugly dude, and they'll be like, how did he get her? And it's because he was the only one that had the guts to walk up to her and say, hey, what's up?
Right.
You know
a lot of times that's it. Yeah, I don't do too much like technique or all this other stuff, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's going up and saying hi. I think you're cute. What's up? And they can be like, no thanks. They can be like, they'll talk, and then once a girl gives you the time of day, then you gotta turn on your personality, and you gotta have some stuff to say. You can't just be like, oh my god, I can't believe you're talking to me now.
A little tricky.
That's when it's like, okay, do we actually have a connection? Yeah, and that's another thing that it's like made me develop that, because it was like, okay, now I can get a girl to stop and say hi, and she meets me and she's like, no, and that one hurts even more because she was like, yeah, I wanted to give you a chance. But then
she got to know you.
But yeah, then she really got to know me.
I know a couple of people. I know there's one comedian who met this chick online and she came out to watch his set. And when before the set, she was all happy to see him, blah, blah, blah. Then after the set, she had to go. And he's like, what the fuck is up with that? You know, like, and I said, well, I'm guessing she saw your set and called an audible.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Happens.
She saw your set and was like, this dude is bugging. And was like, called an audible. It's gotta hurt.
That can definitely happen. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like when you're relying on that, it's tough, because it's like I've met some girls after shows, but it's like it's never the ones like you want. But when you're able to just like pick out a girl on the street, that's like, because then it's like, okay, you're only really approaching beautiful women. Because if it's going to take a lot of courage, you're not going to go up to whoever. You're going to go up to a girl that like, okay, this girl really makes me nervous, so there must be something about her that I'm so nervous. And it's like, those are the ones that you want to do.
Episode right now. My son is going to love this episode. He has a chick at his job that he likes. And I'm like, dude, if you like it, just go over there and say fucking hello. What's the worst that you could say?
Gotta do it. But yeah, that's when
fucking episode.
That's when the world opens up to you. Cause it's like, normally it's just like, okay, I work with a girl at a coffee shop. I got to say hi to her or something like that. You get nervous. You put all this pressure on yourself. And then you finally get the nerve to say something to her. And she's like, no, not interested. But it's like when it's the entire New York City that you can go out and talk to any girls out there, your whole world opens up. Like I've met so many insanely like beautiful women that I would have never met. And like on the apps, I'm not going to meet these girls, because it's like, it's impossible to meet like a real beautiful girl unless you're like a really like studly guy. There was somebody told me that like 90% of women are going after like 10% of guys on the app. So it's like 90%, unless you're a fucking knockout dude, right, you're not getting anything on the apps, because every girl wants the same guy. On paper, every girl thinks they want the same guy, but it's like, if you can get in front of them and get your personality in front of them, you can get girls that like you have no business getting.
This dude is I did not know we were dealing with a fucking pimp. See, I did not know this shit, son. I did not know this shit. This motherfucker's dropping some shit. This turned into a crazy episode right now. I knew you was going to be fire.
My roommate teaches guys on the weekends. He teaches guys. He takes guys down to the park, and they'll pay.
How much does he get?
They pay good money.
That's what I want to know.
I mean, his boss makes, I don't know exactly, but I want to say, if you want to do like a weekend with his boss, because his boss is like way up there, I want to say like it's between like $2,000 and $4,000 for like a weekend where he takes you out during the day, then he takes you out at night, and he breaks down everything you do. He does some stuff with you. So my roommate works like under him, so he probably, not as much, but probably at least like $100 an hour, $200 an hour.
Oh my God, I got to get into that business. See, because those who can't coach, and I'm a great coach. Like in other words, I know how to, what you should do to go kick it. I just don't ever do it. Plus, I don't fucking Plus with me, I don't fucking want. I don't want to meet new people. I just don't, man. I don't want to meet new people, but I don't need no chicks in my life, man. Fucking distracting me from what I'm looking to do. I'm very focused on what I'm doing as far as dealing with all that shit. Mm-hmm. But I know I could definitely tell dudes what to do and what they're doing wrong. It's easy for me to take someone out and be like, yo, you like that? All right, son, pump them up and be like, go over there and get that shit. Go over there and kick it. And then if it doesn't happen, you break them. Yo, look, man, it's a numbers game. Just build up their confidence. That's really what you're doing.
Right. Yeah, because from an outsider, it's easy to be like, hey, go say hi to her. And that's all it is.
Yeah, like, don't be afraid. No, come on, man. You a good-looking dude. Look at you, man. Look, wipe his eyebrows back, smack him a couple times, get them cheeks rosy.
Exactly. But yeah, once you go down that rabbit hole, it's a time suck, man. I mean, I've spent a lot of time doing it, so it can fucking consume you. Because like once you do it a couple times, you're like, holy
you should
shit,
come to Miami, bro. I think you would have.
I would just be. My brain wouldn't be able to handle it.
So now my question is, what is it though when you go out and you do this, right? Is it that getting the number and knowing you can get the number is what makes you go, this shit is like addictive? Or is it that you're actually looking at like to sleep with all these chicks and sleeping with them is the final result of it being successful?
Yeah, of course you want to sleep with them, but I mean, that's a no-brainer.
He said it very simple. Yeah, of course you want to sleep with them.
That's the end goal here.
Yeah, of course you want to, but yeah, at the end of the day, you're looking for a connection. So yeah, in the beginning, you're just trying to get a number. Then you get a number, and you're like, okay, and then you got to figure out texting. Texting's a whole nother like book on stuff you got to do there. That's infuriating. You get texting girls that are interested, then you got to get into the texting, then you got to get them out on a date. Then the date is a whole nother aspect of things you got to work on. So it's like all that stuff, and then eventually, you just look. It's just another way of dating. Comedy? That's the thing. Those two things can take up a lot of time.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of work. That's why I don't give it. Like I don't even. It's
a ton of work. Yeah, that's why
it's got to be pricey too, bro. It's got to be expensive taking all those girls out.
It can be. I do a lot of coffee dates, so that's a good way around it. Because it's kind of harmless, and it's like a good way to be like, hey, do we actually have a connection? Right. Is there anything here?
Yep.
Or not?
Fan of the coffee date.
But yeah, the coffee date.
So are you trying to find a wife in those beautiful women, or are you just like, I just want to swim in women?
I actually have a girl now, so it's like. Within the last couple days, within the last week, I kind of got a girlfriend that I'm gonna be exclusive with. I guess we'll see.
Yeah,
We're gonna try. It's new, so we're gonna try it. But it's like, yeah, it's kind of like.
Not if she watches this episode, bro.
Not if she watches this episode.
No, it's like a dog chasing cars. It's like once you catch one, you're just like, oh fuck, like what do I like? I really like this girl, she's into me, and it's like, okay, now I start getting this it's a whole nother thing where now
you're sitting there with this bumper in your mouth,
yeah,
and a whole car attached to it, and you're like, what do I do now?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You hold on until it drags you for miles and miles and miles, and then you let go. That's what happens.
Yeah, exactly. So now I have like a attachment anxiety problem, and now I have to now I have to figure that out about myself. So it's a good way to figure out shit about yourself through women.
Do you get a lot of anxiety?
I don't usually. It's only with women. Like in my last couple relationships,
women will do that to you.
I've gotten anxiety, and it's been I didn't even know I had this weird anxiety where I'm waiting for them to text me back. I'm just like, what are they thinking? Are they into me? I'm into them and stuff like that. So it's
that's weird because so then once you kind of close on the deal, that's when the anxiety kicks in. Because before that, you have your attitude is whatever, and that's what gets them. But then once you get them, then you get the anxiety of wanting to keep them.
Exactly. And it's
what you have to understand is the way to keep them is to keep doing what you're doing.
That's the thing. Yeah.
And not care, man. I mean, because at the end of the day, know what I think when it comes to relationships, man, the problem is that people are looking for some sort of forever. Like at the end of the day, they're looking for some sort of forever. And it's a nice thought in your head, but they don't look at time being things of moments.
Right.
So for me, it's quality of time, not quantity of time all the time. So it's like people kind of bug out. It's like they're looking for a person to stay with forever. So they get this stress and this anxiety of what the other person's doing. And it's just ride it out, dog. You close the deal, ride it out, see where it takes you. Mm-hmm. Each day, if y'all still want to see each other, you continue to see each other.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's weird. I always found it weird too with dudes, when their chicks want to break up with them, they're like, I'm not letting you break. Why you want to be with someone that just told you they didn't want to be with you?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing, man.
Yeah, it's an attachment problem that is ingrained in us from babies, so you have to deal with it. And it's it's a thing that like I never really knew I've had girlfriends in the past, but it's always been fine. Like it's been great. And then like,
and your moms and pops are still together, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so like you don't really have abandonment issues.
Right.
Do you think it's a thing of wanting to get somebody that you're going to be with forever because your mom and pops made it, so you don't want to get someone and then get divorced and they look at you like, yo, that's not the way we raised you?
Yeah, like
does that put a pressure on you?
No, it doesn't really. I don't really think about that. I think about like losing a girl, or a girl being like out of your league, like when you get her and you're like, oh shit, like this girl is fucking super hot. Because you're like my ability to pick up women, my life hasn't matched that yet. Like say that's at like a 10. When I bring them into my life,
yeah, you're picking up chicks
10,
that their Instagram, they're always drinking fucking mojitos. They got their feet on some beach somewhere. Mm-hmm. They're partying on yachts with their friends and shit. And you're coming over going, well, we could do coffee again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm like, I got to go do a show at midnight at the Pear for 4 people if you want to come.
Not last night. Last night it was popping. I'll be promoting that show on here. That shit was popping last night. But I will say this, even when there are just a few people, don't we always get like it's like we get
it's always rocking.
It's the 4 people that you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? In fact, when we have more people, I tend to get a little nervous.
Yeah, because
last night it was packed, but it was also very rowdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if it gets packed back there, is that because the bar got busy and people like spilled over? You just sold a lot of tickets.
No, we sold tickets last night. Yeah. I don't, they sold tickets. That's my crew, man. These dudes have been knocking it out. We've only canceled maybe 3 shows the whole time we started that, and that's through the winter, during the COVID shit.
How long you been doing?
When did we start? Just the first day, right? Y'all been with us, but you don't even really bark that much. You only bark for me every once in a while.
Yeah, but it's
just trying to put you on the show.
Yeah, at least what, 6 months? Yeah. I'd say
the first 3 barkers that we had. The truth of the matter is, and that's the thing, we have such good fucking comedians barking for us. Like they put in their work, and now they don't even just get on the shows with us. They don't.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Don't bark no more. And the 3 barkers I got now are fucking amazing too, man. They're gonna fucking move up too, and I'm gonna be running out of fucking barkers.
No, that's a good thing about there, man. You put in the time, and then it helps. It's a great way to get stage time early on. Like I would recommend everybody start with that because it's the best way to get on stage.
I believe I was part of the crew that like made that happen with Kenny and Gabe. You know what I'm saying? Like when they first started. Yeah, it was me. It was a big crew that helped it all happen, but in charge of it all was Kenny and Gabe Dorado. And so like once we made it into a real club where it was a real club, I honestly believe that they're gonna do documentaries about that place. Yeah, I really do. I feel like it's the CBGBs of comedy. Everybody you're coming out of there, I'm coming out of there, Kenny's coming out of there, Gabe, Adam, these are all smoking ass comedians. All the comedians from New York, all, it went from a place that people were dissing to a place that everybody want to play there at least fucking once. It's fucking banging. Yeah. They're going to make documentaries about that place. You seen how their shirts are like the CBGB shirts? You ever seen that one? And instead of Fug, it's in Dive Bar in front. And it says Grisly Pear, GPCCC, Grisly Pear Comedy Club. That was my idea. Because I told them that. I was talking to the owner. I said, dude, me and the owner were sharing a bed in Atlantic City.
You better get a cut of that merch.
Fucking drunk. We was drunk. I was about to get on the fucking bus to come home, and he texted me, I'm in Atlantic City. Where are you? The owner of the Grisly Pear. And I'm like, dude, I'm on the bus. He goes, I came out. I thought he was going to hang out. And I fucking left the line. I had a ticket. I left the fucking line, went to hang with him, and got wasted.
Dude, those guys are great over there. Even the regulars there, they should have their own documentary on the regulars there.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like anyone who talks about it is going to say that. It's not just the place, it's the vibe. There's an energy there that's not like any other comedy club. I'm sorry. I've been to them all, and they're all great comedy clubs. But there's something about that spot. You roll up in the front on a popping night. All the comedians are out there with the people from the bar, just chilling, everybody talking, chilling, smoking. It's the shit.
Yeah, it's almost like a speakeasy too in the back. A lot of people don't even know it's back there. When you walk back there, it'll be packed.
I think I went up there maybe like two or 3 years ago for the first time. Gee, did I go with you? You and Merk? Did we? Yeah, I think we rocked
Not with
up there
me. Maybe
together,
with
no?
Merk. Not with me. I don't think so. You might have. Dude,
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah.
How many years? 2 years ago you want me to remember? Are you for real right now?
I don't remember either, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to offend you.
You enjoyed it.
I had a good time. Yeah. I thought it was really cool. It was nice because it was like cold and rainy, and then we like went in, and it was like, you know, warm and like dimly lit. Like it was just like
With
Yeah,
that
it's
little
nice and
slight,
dingy.
Yeah,
that slight smell of not quite feet, right? You're like,
Yeah,
that's
it's like-
almost the smell of feet, but it's not always like that. But I had a little bit of that last night. I went in there last night. I was like, smelling a little pungent tonight.
Yeah, you feel like you can get away with more back there too, as far as jokes go and stuff like that. It's like the crowd kind of knows going in. It's like, okay, they're a tough crowd usually. Like I've never had an issue with offending anybody or anything like that, or even crowds like pulling back. It's like sometimes they'll start pulling back and then they're like, okay, this is where we're at. We're in a back room. It's dark. It's dingy. If there's anywhere where this stuff, I got pulled in off the street, like I really don't have the right to be upset about jokes right now, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, last 2 weeks ago, I forgot who was
they
on
do,
stage,
though.
and he made that joke about the Ukraine or something, and that one dude stood up and started, you know, getting upset.
Yeah, maybe that's a little sensitive of a topic right now.
Yeah, too soon. The other day on
That
the
might be.
radio, because on Mondays I do a radio segment with the morning shows out here, 100.7, right?
Yeah.
With my boy Jojo and Scotty, and they said, "What do you?" Because it's like all about conspiracies.
Yeah.
So they asked me, "What do you think about the Russian-Ukrainian war?" I said, "First, you'd have to prove to me that there is a Ukrainian." Because I'm just gonna keep it real. I've never been there. I've seen pictures and shit, but we all know pictures can lie. You know, I don't really know anybody who's from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, that's not to say I believe in Puerto Rico. I believe in Puerto Rico a little more because I know a bunch of people who went to Puerto Rico. I don't know no person from the Ukraine, so I don't know.
Right.
Maybe.
But
it's
how do you
not
know it
real.
wasn't just Florida, bro? They could have been.
How
in
you know it's
Florida.
not a made up fucking place? I don't know. Prove it to me.
Yeah,
And
they
then I'll
could
believe it.
They could fly
Somebody
you around.
fly me out there for free. Not now,
Right.
when things settle down. And, you know, then I'll be a believer. Make me a believer.
I mean, that's just as good a conspiracy as any other conspiracy here. So it's
Right.
like people could be like, "That's crazy." I'm like, "Yeah, every conspiracy is fucking crazy. That's just as reasonable as any other."
Yeah, but every truth is just as crazy as every conspiracy.
Right.
True indeed.
Right. So
We were talking yesterday about how not yesterday, last episode, how history goes to the winner. And I said, maybe the only reason why we believe the world is round is because the flat earthers were a lot smaller than the round earthers. They beat the shit out of all the flat earthers, and now the world is round.
Well, dude,
History
yeah,
goes.
Yeah,
History
Galileo, they like wanted to execute him, you know, for saying that
Because-
the Earth wasn't the center of the universe. You know, I mean, they thought that up until like the 15 or 1600s, and that it was flat. Like flat
Yeah,
Earth
so who
is
knows?
nothing new. It's old.
Maybe Kyrie is at the head of the Kyrie's our Galileo. Dude. We shun him, but at the end of the day, he's the one that got it right.
He's the one that got it right. Yeah, but that's crazy though if you think about it, man. It's like, you know, well, who cares actually if it's round or flat? I personally don't care. I'm not a flat earther, but I have become a round earth skeptic. There's been enough questions that I just want
to. Shit was happening. I remember like Shaq came out and he was saying it, and then like Steph Curry I think said it, and they've all been pretty quiet lately. But it's like there was a while where everybody was like maybe.
But you know what's crazy though is it's only because right away we don't even give it the thought. Why don't we give it the thought? Because it's one of the first things we learn as children, and it's one of the things they teach us. You know, when we're children, so we accept that as truth. You understand what I'm saying? So like, we can't even begin like, oh, don't even come at me with that. That is the most ridiculous thing. But people forget before everyone said it was round, people thought it was flat.
Yeah.
And when motherfuckers were saying it was round, they were like, those motherfuckers are bugging. You know what I'm saying? So
Dude,
it's
that's-
like you really never know. Not that to me that it matters, but I'm just saying, like, they taught us that in a time when our minds weren't able to question anything. We took it all as fact.
Yeah.
Most people believed in Santa Claus at one point. You know what I'm saying? Because it was told to you by the person you trusted.
Right.
You know,
By
and
the
then you look at
man.
NASA. Who taught us that? NASA. You mean the place created by Nazis? Where they took all those Nazi scientists during paperclip and they fucking brought them in and created NASA. That's who we're taking our shit from. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if I heard it was a lie. Like, who would be surprised? You know?
That's like when I remember when I first watched Truman Show. Did you ever watch the Truman Show?
Of course.
Jim Carrey. I remember watching that.
We
And
talk
for
about
like,
that all the time.
for years, I thought for sure that I was on Truman Show, you know, and now you really can't disprove that you're not on Truman Show, you know?
Yeah, I could tell you this. We're just not all in on it.
Right. Exactly.
The only
Maybe they
difference
haven't
between
told you
ours
guys.
and the movie is in the movie, everybody was in on it.
Yeah, but that's
You know
what you
I'm
would
saying?
say.
For that
That's what you
one
would
person.
That's what you would say if you were in on it, you know? You know, like if I was in on if it's your Truman Show, I would be like, of course I'm
Maybe
not.
I am in on it, dog.
Exactly.
Yo, that is something you would say if you was in on it.
Right. So yeah, for a while I thought that. For some reason I stopped thinking it, but now I think I'm gonna obsess over it again, maybe.
What's that?
Because of this. The
Particular-
Truman Show.
Oh, the Truman Show. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
being on the Truman
I
Show.
had asked Brian the question. I don't even remember. This was a while ago, like episode 3. But I asked the question. Boom. You go to sleep tonight, Chris. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You wake up, turn on your TV, and you see that somebody broke through the sky. Somebody broke through the glass ceiling, just like in the Truman Show. There's a hole there in the middle of a cloud. Do you go through?
No, I don't think I think it's like crazy. It like happens, and then you just go back to living your life. I don't think I'm that.
You don't want to know what's on
motivated.
the other side? You're not going to go through to be like, what the fuck is on
I mean,
the other side of that?
how do I get there? Does it require a lot of effort?
That is probably the truest shit said right there. That's what it all comes down to, right? How close is the fucking thing. You know, I mean, I could go there, but I could also go to Paris. It's a lot cheaper.
Is the grass really greener on that side? I kind of like my life right now. Do I want to
see? I guess that's
what's
what it
on the
all
other
comes
side
down to.
Right.
It comes down to how much you like your life now. I would think that the people who don't like their lives now would clamor to that shit to try to go out there and see what happens. Right?
Well,
Just
I mean,
to see what's on the other side. Yeah.
I like my life, definitely, but I'm definitely checking out what the fuck is up on the other side, bro, for sure. I'm always checking.
I'll probably just ask one of my friends that goes. I'll be like, tell me how it is.
There you go.
But I'm not going in a spaceship out. I'm not doing that. That's not happening.
Nah, you just walk through the door. You walk through the door, dude, and you find out that once you walk through, you're in this fucking huge ass fucking room with just other little fucking universe fucking people living in other spots and shit. I don't know, man.
It'd be interesting to know it's there, but I don't know that I would that it would change my life, you know.
Plus,
be like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to go and learn some new shit?
It's like when people talk about space and stuff all the time. It's like it doesn't even register in my head because it's so far out there. Yeah, it's like, oh, it seems crazy.
It seems like you're interested in like history and like primal psychology, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
Surprising that you're not into space then, because it's all time. You just consume with the time on Earth versus time exterior.
My brain just doesn't go that far out. It only goes to the present moment.
Brian's a science dude.
Yeah.
Brian likes that science.
Love
shit.
it,
He
dude.
wants to know.
Always have science and history, man. They're both really related, you know.
Yeah,
there's no science right now, dog. It's all a business now. Science is a scam now.
Well, it's always been a scam.
It's a scam now. I be sitting there watching that forensic file shit for years, watching it for years and being like, yo, them motherfuckers are ill. Now, I question all that shit. It's not science. It's fucking bullshit. It's all like, you know, some of it, the DNA I still kind of trust. I still kind of trust the DNA. Kinda. Kinda. Because the truth is, all right, I get locked up. They say there's DNA on that, there's DNA on my shit, right? They take my DNA. I can't read DNA. You can read DNA? So they sit there and they make a copy of your shit and put it on all the paper and they go, look, the DNA matches. Who's checking this shit? Oh, the police. You mean the police that I fucking just watched 42 episodes on fucking Netflix of them setting motherfuckers up and sending people to jail because of teeth prints and fake ass footprints? No toe print is the same. Fuck you. How do I know? Eventually, a toe print got to be the same. How much different shit can you do with one thing? That's like saying no guitar chords are the same. There's only 6 fucking strings. Eventually, you're going to play the same sounding shit. Am I bugging out?
This is why we can't worry about space, dude. We got too much to worry about here. There's enough going on here.
I'm telling you, I don't trust that science shit no more. You got to trust science. What science? Which one?
No,
even when there's no shit.
No. You always have to question science. That's the beauty of science.
But that's the problem with science. Nobody's questioning it.
Well,
I watched the whole documentary.
That's not a science problem. That's a people problem, bro.
No, because what it is scientists are now strictly getting hired. They work off of the money that's given to them.
By the Fed.
It's given to them to do studies on certain things. And it's given to them for them to come up with what they wanted to say. So they come up with it to say
by
that.
The Fed.
Yeah. And then it's not able to be reproduced. So how is that? And no one's double checking it. And they said because there's no money in double checking it. What do you get out of proving something wrong?
You get 2 wastes of a lot of money. The people who initially researched it, and then the people who proved them wrong. Because then you're at a loss, and you don't have a product to sell. That's
what they need to do? Just like they did with the vaccinations, they need to add incentives to scientists who can prove, theories wrong.
But it's not profitable, bro.
But it would be if there was an incentive. In other words, if you're able to prove this theory wrong, you get a certain amount of money. Yeah. Like if like when doctors were finding people with the COVID and they were paying doctors for every COVID fucking positive they got.
Yeah, but that's why Brian's out in Florida, man, where it's safe. They still have freedoms and liberties out there,
Depending on what side of it you're on, yes, I agree with that. It's a little crazy out there in Florida. Bro. And big up to New York, man. It's bugging out there in New York too, man. Rated G's heart goes out to whoever got fucking injured on that subway shit. And I hope they find that dude. You heard what happened on the subway, Brian?
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy how easy that is to happen. Like when you think about it, it's like, oh,
it's
anybody
crazy
can do that
how it hasn't happened before, right? Like it hasn't happened already before.
Right. And the guy still on the run? Did they catch him?
Hold on. No one's ever shot somebody on the subway before?
No, I don't mean ever shot someone on the subway, but like came in and like just opened fire on everybody in the subway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Forget about throwing down the canisters of gas. People have been shot on subways, but just open fire in a car at random people. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know if that's happened. You could double check me, but in my lifetime, I don't remember that. I remember Bernie Getz. I don't know if you know that dude. That's the dude. He became a vigilante because they kept robbing him and shit. So he got tired of it, went on the subway with a gun, waited for motherfuckers to come and start shit with him, and then shot him. 3 dudes, I think, if I'm correct.
When was this? It sounds like they should have made a movie about this.
Oh, they probably definitely did. Because it was a big thing, the whole vigilante shit. And a lot of people had his back. I think this was late 80s.
Yeah. I had
my teens.
I had my girl come over at 8. She lives in Brooklyn. She came over at 8 a.m. this morning. And she was fine, but she was on a different train or whatever. But I was like, I would have felt really bad if I made her come all the way out here. She got shot just so I could. You think? Just so I should get some early pussy,
That would have been a little fucked up, yeah.
Yeah, I would have been like, damn, that's my bad.
She definitely should not watch the show.
My bad. I would have been like, damn, that's my bad.
No, she's got a good sense of humor. She's got to have a good sense of humor, you know.
Oh, to be with this dude, I already know. I can only imagine. My son says I'm dark, like with my humor. People always say, "Oh, it must be so much fun living with him," and he'll be like, "And I'm like, don't he look happy?" Motherfucker ain't happy living with me, man.
Dude, she's darker than me. A lot of these chicks have like darker senses of humor, and that's what I love when they like when they can like one up you on dark humor. That's a huge plus, you know.
We have a twisted sense of humor in this house, for sure. Me and my lady. Yes, we do.
Yeah, it's great. It keeps things. It's when things.
Brian's
when
lady's
like,
funny. Brian thinks his lady's funny. You think your lady's funny too?
Very funny.
Can she tell a good story?
I don't know about story. Yeah, I think she can tell a pretty good story. I haven't had to listen to too many of her stories yet, but I'm sure I'll report back after I hear a couple.
Tina has the writing brain. She's a very good. She's a writer, very good writer.
Oh, okay.
With stuff like that, plotting out ideas and stuff like that. Very good with that.
Yeah.
Also, a good artist.
Really, she does it all. It sounds like the total package over there. Don't fuck that up. You'll be out on the street. You'll be out on the streets like me.
She got caught in a plane on fire. What was the Spirit, right? When that Spirit plane got caught on fire, this lady was on it.
Really? You almost had an
Rambo.
out, right?
She went Rambo on that shit, yo. She was like fucking ripping through bodies to get off that plane.
Yeah, she knows what's up, bro. She knows she knows how to handle herself, man.
Hopefully, it's not some Final Destination shit where it's like it's coming for her, and you're in the crossfire, you know.
I don't think that's it.
Just watched like Final Destination 5, I think it is.
It's crazy, dude.
With
those
the
movies are
rollercoaster.
insane. But what's the one with the tanning booth? There's one with a tanning booth. I'm like, whoever comes up with this, these people are sicker than any comic, you know, and they're able to just get away with it.
Isn't that crazy?
Scotch free, because it's like, oh, it's a movie. It's like, yeah, it's people still a sick, twisted thing.
People will get offended at the shit we say, but no one's offended at these movies that show like kids being abused and them fucking, you know, torturing, mad torture and all this shit. They're not offended by that. They're offended by fucking. Fucking offends them. You know, dicks and tits offend them, but not knives and guns and like Saw. The movie Saw didn't offend nobody.
No, it was like rated G.
Yeah, but magic and shit, bro. Like Harry Potter, tons of people got pissed about that.
Yeah,
they didn't like that shit at all.
But that magic shit, they don't want their kids. They don't want their kids watching that magic shit, but they let them watch Disney.
Or Santa Claus.
All the subliminal dicks in Disney.
Yeah.
Why are there so many dicks in Disney, man?
Are we gonna go in on Disney right now? We're gonna do this
again? I'll never work in Disney. Disney might try to kill me, man. One day I might come home, it'll be dark and shit. Fucking Mickey will be sitting on my couch and shit, smoking like a fucking blunt. Oh, you're talking shit about me. I heard you were talking shit on your podcast about my company. I'll be like, yo, I was just kidding there, man. Then you see Donald and Goofy come out the back room and shit behind me. There's plastic on the floor. I'm like, yo, guys, what the fuck?
Yeah, Disney owns a lot of media, so it's they're probably only getting bigger. So I'll reserve comment on that.
I don't want to fuck up your shit. What's this? Oh, the dicks.
Oh yeah, the dicks, dude. It's
the dicks. Funny. Yeah, that's a penis.
So weird. Who's this guy that just breaks it down for?
Yeah, this dude's just showing you all the penises.
The boner,
look at that dude.
What's that one?
He's going too fast.
Oh, this one he's got a boner in. It's so funny.
Oh no way! That can't be real. That can't be real. That can't be real. Someone's got to get the real Dumbo movie now. That cannot be real. They did not have Dumbo's dick hanging out like that.
That one's crazy. It's like some of them, they didn't even try to hide it. They're just like, hey,
well, you know what it is? It goes quick. Dick. It goes quick.
Yes. Yeah. It's frame by frame, you know?
Yeah, they're showing it frame by frame.
Oh, I got you. So it's just like one asshole in the drawing room that was like, let me see if I can get away with this.
That are dicks. He got dick fingers. Look at that. Dick fingers.
Oh, yeah. Dick and toes, his shoes. Too.
Dick feet.
They love dicks in that, huh? You think someone got fired for this? Or you think they were like.
Look at that dick. Oh, shit.
I don't know who had to pay for this.
I don't know. Listen, what's
no
crazy
way that's
is
real,
that-
bro.
oh,
No way that's real.
No way that's
crazy.
real.
No way, dog.
No way that's real. No way.
Maybe if they just did it in like
real.
a quick clip that nobody could see, maybe they
There's
could
no way
like throw
that's
it in.
real, dude. There's no way he had a wooden dick popping up. There's no way.
What is subliminal messaging supposed to do? It's supposed to make you think about it. So they want everybody to watch in those shows to just think about
mind control.
cock the whole time.
Yeah, mind control.
It's for little kids not to.
Why
be afraid.
dicks though?
Well, because if they're the child pedos that they say they are,
they
then
want kids
when
to
they
be
whip
like,
out a dick in front of these little kids,
It's
they're just like,
afraid.
"Oh, Mufasa."
Yeah.
Chris, we have an important question for you.
Oh,
How
please.
famous do you want to be? Gee, I'll leave the rest up to you.
That's the question, Chris.
I would be as famous as I could be, I guess. I don't know. I never really thought about that.
See, because in the world of entertainment and conspiracies,
Mm-hmm.
and this is going to happen to you, so be aware because you're good enough for this to happen to you.
Mm-hmm. And good looking enough too, right?
Yes.
Good looking.
Yes.
Enough.
They're gonna tell you you're dope.
Thanks, Brian. I do have a girlfriend though, Brian. So
that's okay. So
thank you.
Nah, we just keep it real, man. Don't let the tank tops fool you, man. This is just the fucking white beater episode. Yo, it's gonna happen though. He ain't lying. They're gonna come up to you and say you're dope, and you are. And then they're gonna start bringing you around, showing you places. Telling you they're gonna do mad shit for you. They're gonna show it to you by you getting good shows and starting to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually you're going to be with that same dude that's been hanging out with you for dinners and everything. He's going to bring you to the crib one day. And it's going to be like 7 big muscle dudes in a semicircle rather. That circle don't close until you go in the middle.
They're all going to take turns on me.
And they, they just, put you on your knees and they say, how famous do you want to be?
You got to start with one.
So the question is,
are you going to do all 7?
Do you want to be sucking 7 dicks famous? Something about that number 7 in the whole realm of the conspiracy world.
Yeah, 7 seems like a lot. Maybe 1 or 2 you can get it out of your head pretty quick and be like, did it for my family. I did it for the generational wealth,
Yeah, let's keep it real though. You say you can get it done quick. We're talking blowjobs, dog. It's not gonna be quick. It's not gonna be quick.
Unless for some reason I'm really good at it and I didn't even know.
Yeah, it was a lesson for some reason.
Maybe.
I just happen to be really good at it.
If you know it,
really good at it. I actually had a crazy blowjob story recently. I go to the gym near me, New York Sports Club, on Astoria on 30th, and I'm in the sauna just chilling. And it's always kind of like homoerotic in there, but it's always like pretty under control. Sometimes guys will be like Brian and they'll be like, "Oh, you're really handsome," or something like that,
They must know your roommate. They probably know your roommate. That's what it is.
So they'll be like, sometimes that'll happen. I'll just be like, "Yeah, that's fine," and I'll put in my headphones. I'm not gonna be rude, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna entertain it really. The other day I'm in there with 2 other guys. I put my headphones in, I close my eyes, I open my eyes, and one of them's blowing the other one. Like probably 3 in a small sauna. So I'm very
just
triggered,
uncalled for,
right
man.
Now. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this isn't really happening right now, is it? And it was. It actually happened.
Did you say something? I would have let out
I think I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then they kind of looked at me.
You don't remember if you were like,
it
yo,
all
what
happened
the
so
fuck?
fast. I know I said what the fuck in my head. I'm pretty sure I said it out
You know
loud.
if it came out your mouth?
A cock came out of my mouth. That's what came out of my mouth.
I ain't gonna lie. What's sad is that story is a lot better than what I thought you was gonna say. I thought you were gonna say you fell asleep. You opened your eyes and some dude was blowing you. I'd have been like, what? That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, that's the next shoe to drop because these guys were so fearless in there. Like when I opened my eye, I mean, first of all, I'm in a room. We're in a 5 foot by 5 foot room. The fact that they had
right
the balls,
near you.
The fact that they had the
you
balls
got woken up
that,
because the dude hit you with his knee.
Yeah, they're so close to me, and I think they just know I have a look about me that says I'm not going to do shit, and they were right. I didn't do shit. I was just like,
did you leave?
Yeah, I was, and I said like, I guess it's my time to leave, and they both kind of looked at me like, yeah, why don't once you get out of here. If you're not gonna hop in, once you get out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. And everybody I've told that story to is like, yeah, man, that's what happens in guy saunas. That happens all the time. I'm like, that seems a little excessive.
The question now becomes, are you going to be doing those saunas anymore?
I've been back there. I've been back to the scene of the crime a bunch. I love the sauna. Sauna's really good for you. Besides gay sex,
gotta change gyms, bro.
There's other purposes to a sauna besides gay sex. People don't know that. There's a lot of benefits to it. Also gay sex, but
I don't even know where to go with this right now. So I really don't know where to go with this, Chris. You're fucking with me, dog. Honestly, I don't think I would have went back.
I like the sauna a lot. It's part of my.
I don't give a fuck if I like the sauna a lot. You know what you do, dude? You know what you do? You sit on your toilet. You put a little towel over your toilet. You let the shower run as hot as it can run. You close the door and the windows. Build up the steam. Get the sauna going. And no dicks.
Yeah, I mean, I've been back in, and it's got the same vibe in there. It's got the vibe in there that it could happen at any moment, and then
but it's like, only happened once.
It's only happened once, so I guess I should be. I guess I'm fortunate.
In there, it's definitely happened more than once in that sauna.
They were very comfortable with it happening in there, so yeah, I could tell it was not their first time.
Sitting? Do you wear shoes when you go in there? I hope you don't go in there barefooted.
I go barefoot. Yeah.
Dude, come on, man.
Wow, what is that? What is that?
It's a spunk fucking room, son. You walking in spunk, yo.
There's a guy that comes in and mops all the time. He's mopping
sure.
He's mopping like every 10 minutes.
Water that he uses, every 10 minutes.
And maybe they have him going in there more often now to kind of keep people on their toes.
I don't think that's where they're on.
No, I don't think so either. I think they're pretty reckless with it.
That is fucking insane. See, that's why I don't go to gyms. I definitely listen. Even if I went to a gym, I'm not getting in the showers. Like when I used to go to gym in school, I never took a shower in school ever. I don't give a fuck.
I never did in school either.
I'm not doing that shit in the gym. The only time I'm ever going to be taking a fucking shower, which I never will because that would be in prison, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get in prison. I'm not going to prison. Those days are over. They should have got me back in the day when I was doing crimes. I'm not doing that shit no more, so I ain't going to prison. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't showering no dudes, man. Do you use the showers there?
I'll use a shower, but it's like a private shower. So I'll go in the sauna, then I'll do a cold shower, then I'll go back in the sauna.
Cold shower. You're going in the sauna twice?
I'm pretty reckless with it.
I kind of feel like you're just asking for it now.
Exactly. Man. That's what everybody's telling me. They're like, yeah, what do you expect? And now I guess.
Now you can't even say nothing, man.
Now
you don't even have the right to leave.
Yeah, now I got to sit there and watch it next time.
Got to sit there and watch it.
Really learn my lesson.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
Dude, that might have been one of the weirder stories we've ever heard on the show, for sure.
It's up there with Tommy Chong shitting in the shower story.
Yes.
I had a shitting in the shower story too.
Same gym.
Oh, this was a kid I played basketball with in high school. We lost the game, and he was like pissed that we lost or something. So he shit in the shower. He didn't tell anybody. And then we get to school the next day. They call the whole team down to the office. They're like, "Who shit in the shower?" And we were like, "Nobody would do that." And then
somebody would.
Eventually, they got the kid to admit to it, and he got in trouble.
Surprised where people would shit.
Yeah, and we were just like, "What the fuck?"
My son was working in a movie theater, and at the end of the movie, you know how they had to go and clean up the cornish, the popcorn that's on the floor and shit. He said the couple sitting. That was left in the theater. He's sweeping up and he comes to the aisle in front of them and he looks down. He goes, and he looks at them and goes, "Did you do that?" And I said, "What the fuck made you think they did it?" He said, "Dude, I was just bugging. They shit in the fucking movie theater."
That's crazy.
What's wrong with people?
Oh man.
You
can't hit pause at the movie theater, bro. You got to go. You want to see that scene. You know, it could have been like the climax of the movie, bro. You don't want to get up. You got to go. You go right on the floor.
It's just so
That's
insane.
how I was raised.
You're so vulnerable at that time. Like to do it in a public place. If somebody walks in on you, I mean, your whole
there's people there. They were watching the movie. They had to have done it while people were watching the movie.
if you
what
have
if
a
it makes
job,
noise? Like, what if it
job,
decides to, like, blow the whistle on you, yo?
And you're not wiping. You're not wiping at that point. You're just.
I mean, they might have papers. They might have tissue from the popcorn.
They've done it enough. Yeah, it seems like somebody that's doing that, it's not their first time doing it.
Yeah, they pretty much know how to go.
But the risk reward is just insane. Astronomical. It's just astronomically low.
That's insane. But Chris, on going back real quick, man, you're gonna have to get yourself some shower shoes. At least some flip-flops, dog. Don't be going in there barefooted.
I got flip-flops. Yeah, I should wear them, but I'm always I never think to, because that's just another thing to bring to the gym. I'm lucky if I remember.
It's worthwhile to put them in the backpack.
You might want to even bring those things that you put over your eyes when you go to sleep.
Yeah,
but then you run the risk of people thinking that that's that you're just opening up for invitation. You don't want to know anything.
Have your way with me, fellas. I'm gonna be out for 10 minutes. Do whatever you want to me.
Oh,
that's what that's saying. That's what the blindfold is saying.
That's what the blindfold is saying, dude. That's what it's saying. Yeah, you probably won't leave the blindfold at home, but definitely get the slippers.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I feel like my feet.
And you might want to look at like maybe tattooing eyes on your lids so that when you are sleeping, it just looks like you're staring at them.
I'm
still watching.
Yeah, you should also talk to your doctor about getting a steady prescription of antibiotics for sure, and you just take one every day. And
just to have that.
Yeah, with your pre-workout.
That would fuck up your immune system, dog.
I drink a lot of kombucha. That's that.
Kombucha. You're one of those. Why am I not surprised that you drink a lot of kombucha?
Yeah, man. I'm on the Joe Rogan diet. Sauna, cold shower, kombucha.
I have a feeling you're gonna be the
next.
Jizz
on the feet is not
jizz on the feet. Yeah, that's one that not a lot of people talk about, but that's important too.
I mean, I don't know if it's actually for all I know, it's better than moisturizer, but I would say you just don't want it. You don't want the next man's moisturizer on your toes.
No, unless it's something really special.
There's no one less, Chris. There's no one less, Chris. Listen to me, Tony. There's no one less. There's no one less, Chris.
I'm just trying to think of a reason why.
There is no reason. Don't even try. Don't put your mind on that rabbit hole.
I'm trying to play devil's advert to why I should have jizz, why I should let men jizz on my feet, and I just can't figure it out.
No. If anything, do it to yourself.
Right, and try it out, see how it goes. Yeah. Right.
At least it's yours.
Yeah, exactly.
But you want to know what? At least you have a room that you could just, if you want, just fucking jerk off.
Yeah, because nobody can say shit to me at that point.
No one can say nothing to you. I mean, they're sitting there blowing each other. You might not want to do it while they're blowing each other, because once again, it's the wrong message.
Then they try to get me involved, and I'm like, hey, how could you possibly think?
There'll be none of that.
How could you
just
possibly
keep doing what you're doing? I'm almost done.
Yeah. My mind is somewhere totally different. It's not at all. I'm just looking at the wall the whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. For some reason, this is where every conversation goes with me. It always ends up getting. It
always ends up in a sauna with men.
Somebody blowing somebody. I can't help it. I don't know what my brain is trying to tell me, but.
I got a question. Was that in any way an inspiration for that joke you got about going, saying I thought it was going to be a bunch of men just blowing each other, going to a gay bar?
That was different. No, I actually did go to I just went to a gay bar once, and I think I thought that's what it was going to be. But no, I wasn't actually blowing guys in the bathroom, but I think that's
I didn't think that, but I thought maybe because you saw a dude getting blown in the bathroom, that's what inspired the joke.
I actually have another one about the sauna. Before that even happened to me, I was like, I feel like there's always gay guys in here, or at least like closeted gay guys in here. And that inspired a joke where I was like, I think whenever I'm in the sauna, there's always a closeted gay man in there with me, even when I'm alone. So I'm the closeted gay one. Again, I end up always being gay, somehow gay in everything. Seems to be a theme throughout my life.
It seems to be a thing throughout your life. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why you have to go to pickup artists. You're overcompensating.
Definitely
you prove to yourself that you're
running from something for sure.
Oh shit, man! Are you at the Pear tonight?
I'm at the Pear midnight tonight, baby. Tate Winston's show. Great all Tate right. Winston.
Very cool, man. Do you have anything coming up next week that you want to promote?
Next week, I'm at the Pear pretty much every night. Come to the Pear and buy tickets from me if you see me on the street.
Yeah, man. The Grisly Pear, like we were saying, man, it's just a dope spot. Go check out Chris. Where would they follow you, man? How do they follow you? What do you got? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook? Yeah. What do you got?
Instagram at Chris Kinback. Pretty much everything is at Chris Kinback. Chris, CHRIS KINBACK.
All right, there it is. We got it up.
There you go. Beautiful. Yeah. Wow. This Brian is a super producer, man.
Oh yeah, no, he's no joke. He's on that.
He does it all.
I keep him on his toes because I be saying some crazy shit. Like when we do the podcast by ourselves, I be saying some crazy shit, and he's always like right away fact checking me to see if what I'm saying is real. And then he'll be looking at the thing. He'll be like, I told you, dog. I told you. I be blowing his head sometimes, man.
He's got to be careful. Some of the stuff he doesn't want to type into Google in case they ever check through his through his search history. He's the one going down.
They're all over me and Gary, bro. They're
dude. We're banned everywhere already. It's horrible. That's why I say, like, if people want to if they want to cancel me, just go to any episode.
And it's over.
Episode,
it's a wrap.
I guarantee that I say something
that you shouldn't say.
That if somebody wants to try to cancel me on, they probably could. What are you gonna fucking do? You know?
Yeah.
But yo,
gotta speak your truth, baby.
I want to thank you for coming on the show, dude. I asked you yesterday, and you were like, "Yeah, no doubt, I'll come on." And boom, look at that, 1, 2, 3. That's accessibility right there, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know what that says about me that my schedule's that wide open.
I got a question. Do you work during the day? Do you work during the day, or you just do comedy?
I do. I'll do some like odd jobs. I'll work at a coffee shop sometimes. I'll do. I was doing deliveries, Uber Eats, and shit like that.
All right.
I'm kind of always got my toe in different jobs and shit. But it's like every time I do, I'm like, damn, I kind of want to get back to doing comedy and shit. And that's always nights and stuff like that. So it's
I was actually blessed to have this AC thing fall in my lap because in New York, it's so fucking hard to get steady money.
Right.
Where it's steady every week, you know, you're gonna have that much.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but hey, it's good, man.
Grind,
so far, so good.
But don't even sweat it, dude. Stay in it, because I guarantee you, dude. When I tell you people, this is the motherfucker to watch right now. He's the first one that we've had on my motherfuckers to watch episodes. This is the motherfucker to watch right here, man. My man Chris, man, he's an absolute beast on stage. Follow him. Go check him out over at the Grisly Pear. Producers, book him. You know what I'm saying? Comedy clubs, pass them. Whoever follows us and listen, you know, I'll give him the stamp of approval. Not that means anything, but, you know.
It does, man. Like I said, this is the highlight of my career so far. So thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you having it on.
Thanks,
I really wanted to have you on, so I appreciate you coming on. Brian, check out Brian. What is the call again? Soul.
Onlyinsoul.com.
Onlyinsoul.com. Check out onlyinsoul.com. If you got a podcast, reach out to them through there. Anything like that. You got any kind of art and shit that you want to get out there, go to Only in Soul and follow me, Gary G. Garcia, Instagram, Facebook. You can find me over at the Pear doing the midnight show with my man Chris at the Not Quite Tuesday midnight show on Mondays. And from Tuesday to Sunday, you can catch me over at AC, 2 shows a night. Go to acjokes.com. Also, this episode was brought to you by XXX Playground. Fellas, if you know your sex life has gotten down and it's just boring and you find yourself after having sex with your lady running into the bathroom to pop off 2 more, or ladies, if your man, you know, finishes and then you got to reach into that fucking top drawer and take care of yourself, go to XXX.com and XXXplayground.com and pick yourself up the board game. XXX Playground. It's only the best sex board game ever made. Go check it out. And who's all the sponsor? Shout
out to And It Was Good, spreading good news out to the world, and also selling great Delta 8 and CBD products. What's Good CBD? Check them out.
All right, man. Peace.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys.